I mean, I'm live.
It's a weird one, that.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was about, bro.
We lie?
Yeah, oh, the dog walked across the power. She I had to move that shit. That's what happened. You know what I mean? Going in and
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
we're
don't.
back.
I'm waiting
Yeah, we're
for it to
back.
come back.
yeah, it's
Yes, we're back. Yeah, we're
yeah,
back.
everybody. Yeah, do me a favor, you guys come in. Hold up, man. That shit was crazy.
Yeah,
Events.
that'll build up.
Yeah, it still ain't showing. It still ain't showing for me.
Yeah, it'll take time. It's come
Okay,
up
I
now.
see it.
I'm
I
watching
see it
Z.
now.
Yeah, okay. As you got look coming, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
The
everyone's
answer.
back.
One
Yeah.
moment, Ricardo Perez getting him to answer his question.
Yeah,
Come on,
Ricardo Perez.
what you
I,
doing?
I I got him before we went down.
Oh yeah, you talking about cutting the
Yeah.
fun? What's going on, Rafizel?
Yeah, Dakota
Yeah, he
Perez.
said
That's what happened in
Ricardo
2017.
Perez says Z they need to cut the funding to
Cut the
wake these
fun.
motherfuckers
The
up.
fund has been cut forever. They did it. They're gonna
Yeah.
be. They ain't gonna never wake
They
up.
did.
They need to
They
spend
cut.
some
They
money.
cut the funding.
But regardless, what Tsunami was saying was he don't believe that was 37 million. I mean, was 37 people. He believes it has to be more than that. But I'm thinking like, if you just starting a channel and you go live, you're gonna get more than 37 people. This is Microsoft we're talking about. They should have enough pool where, you know, their people, their head people, whoever is streaming this Fortnite, the end thing should have way more people than that.
100%.
And
Like
that's
Jay,
kind of that's part of the problem.
Even if it was like 3,700 or 37,000,
Yeah, that's
compared to
still
YouTube and Twitch, they're just untouchable.
yeah.
I mean, we
Listen,
knew that, Jay. We
Twitter,
knew that.
right? Twitter had more than had 1 million plus just on Twitter.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
If
It's never gonna catch them guys.
yeah, I think this is one of those things. I think they're going to. I hate to say it, man, but
They're gonna drop it.
yeah, they're
well,
gonna. Yeah,
well, I mean,
this will be in the hallmarks of Microsoft's failures.
well, what do you call it? Groove and shit like that. Zoom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Groove and Zune and stuff like that. And I
Join
think it's a. I honestly, I think it's a great service for what I see for those people who can use it. I just think the mind share is not on them, right? Microsoft, when it comes to Xbox, is already down in the gutter.
back up.
Um, and everything else, so they don't have the games. So I hate to say it, but man, they're getting a really bad name in the gaming industry, and I think this is proving that a lot of people really don't fuck with Microsoft like that.
Yeah, and
No
especially
matter how
something
much money
like
they got, right? Like Z say,
yes,
they the hobo
yeah,
of gaming, and people know that.
yeah.
If kids won't tune in to watch fucking Fortnite, the end. Come on, man. That's what other game is higher than Fortnite
Yeah, not many.
at this point in time,
Not
So
many.
yeah,
Halo say Halo Infinite delay.
yes,
Scarlett.
yeah. Stuart Stokes with the $2. Z, I sent you a meme.
All right, maybe push
You gonna check it?
back plus more. All right, hold on 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Just right click, copy, post. All right, give me one. See, I sent you a meme. If Ricardo Perez is in, yeah, I see you. Yes, if you're in here, if you're back in here, if they should, like I said, as you guys come in, I already got 70 people in here.
Yeah,
Be so kind, hit the like button for me, please. The power went out. Not the power, but my dog walked across the strip. We all know Z show is powered by Zor. Janky ass.
Guy,
But to add on to
Power of the
what
cloud, man.
no, this
Ricardo Perez was saying,
service
he
first.
said they need to cut the funding for the Xbox to wake up. Like, no, they need to.
No.
They ain't been spending no money since 2016. Like, you know what I mean? They ain't the answer.
You know what it is, bro?
Yeah.
Honestly, they spend money on everything but what they
Yeah.
are supposed to spend money on. That's
Yeah.
their problem, man.
They're the masters of none. You know what I'm saying? To tell you the truth, their hands are in so many pots,
Yeah.
but they don't master any fucking thing, and it shows
Yeah.
in every single sector. It just
Listen,
shows.
like
And
Z
I
always
get it,
said,
right?
gaming is a selfish hobby. When you try to focus on other shit than the gamers, trust
Yeah.
me, they'll like that shit don't fly.
Here's the caveat, right? Before someone said that we are heartless bastards and shut up. I gotta make peace with King Mega one day, right? That's some serious shit, right? And
Oh,
I
shit.
forgot what show that was. No, we did, and we got. Remember they tried to throw us and said those guys are making fun of Owen in the handicap controller. That's not what I'm saying. I think it's great that they do things like that. Don't get me wrong. I told you I have a grandson that's autistic. I love that little crazy motherfucker to death. Actually, he's in here now. Now it's no fucking walls, right? True story, right? All that's well and good, right? But Microsoft just does one thing, right? and totally ignore, I've been saying this forever, their core, right? And, this is, you keep saying it because I don't think some of you motherfuckers really get it. To get a motherfucker, let me get to you like this, right? I mean, how you say, the shit then kicked in, right? Hit the light button, shit about to go left, right? When you got a motherfucker like me, right? And that, how you say, and I'm not taking credit for anyone's channel, but I would say that when I first started doing this here, just having fun, there was no Xbox community, right? You had the Nintendo community, and when I really know it wasn't even so much when I first started. It wasn't even so much about the Xbox versus PlayStation thing. Everybody used to make fun of the Nintendo guys, and then the PS4 and the PS5. I wasn't here before when the general with the guy. I wasn't here then, right? But when I first started doing it, like in the 2012, right? 2012, whatever the case may be, right? And how should I say? When you got a motherfucker like all the catchy phrases I got, whether it's Sony Pony or bleed green, be the behemoth, right? With a person like me that's been riding with this platform, I always owned everything, but a Xbox Live beta tester. I don't think you guys understand. If you look at my gamer tag, motherfuckers ask me all the time to buy my shit, right? Like, look at the time on that motherfucker. Been there since day one, since the inception. I'm lying. The original Xbox came out in November, if I'm not mistaken, 2000. I didn't get it till like December or January. White boy came through the hood with his grandfather's credit card. True story. Bundle and herring, let me ball till I fall. I didn't know what the fucking Xbox was, but I got that, bought all the goddamn games, and I liked the fact that I could take the CDs and rip them to the hard drive. Then Xbox Live came out, I was fucking sold, right? So with that being said, when you got a guy like me, and again, that has spent over, I bought two Xbox Ones at launch. I got two Xbox One S's when they came out, so that's $1,000. The two S's, that's $8. They were $400 a piece, right? So that's $1,800, right? I got the Xbox One X, right? I got two of those, so that's another $1,000. That's $2,800, right? And you see what I just did here. I got to send this one back, right? You know what I mean? So again, right? And countless. I had about 5 or 6 Elite controllers, countless collector's editions, headsets. You know what I'm talking about. When you got a person like me, right? And this is why I gave myself. Maybe that's what I was saying. Maybe it's not the content of my character. Maybe it's the color of my skin. With asking like the question or direction of this company where they're going. Like I said, I've never been that sold on Phil. I remember one show we did on BGST. True story. I might have been BG, maybe another show when they were hyping up. Oh, Phil's been promoted to the vice president of gaming and this, that, and the other. Like. And I wasn't like, I remember it was BGST. I remember we need to go back and find that show. I'm going to get on my due diligence tomorrow and sit down and Neff off too. And we're going to get some coffee and we're going to go through these fucking shows and get some highlights and shit, right? And I was saying, like, I wasn't thrilled in the start because everything I don't like about this platform has come under him, right? And then everybody, oh, Z, you're just a Donnie D fanboy. And I'm like, so? And then they try to spin it. Well, Phil, they kill me when they try to give him these accolades that he didn't do, right? Well, Phil gave us, he had to take care of the power narrative. Let me tell you, I'm going to say this again, for those that keep going with that narrative, for both either Microsoft or either Sony, right? These are billion-dollar companies. They don't do what you call knee-jerk reactions. What you get is what you get. The X and the Pro were already going to come out, regardless. You know what I mean? They don't do these knee-jerk reactions. Oh, first of all, while what Sony's already fucking winning, they already have the power. Listen what I'm saying. Sony already has the power narrative, right? They more powerful. Just about everything is 1080p. What they did, they already have the power narrative. So theoretically, they didn't even need a Pro. Hear me out, right? So Microsoft spent, I used to do this in my damage control stuff. They spent 1.2, this, that, and the other. I was blaming the developer. They're not using DirectX 12, this, that, and the other. Then the motherfucker sat down and told me, no, that $1.3 billion covered multiple SOCs, which was signed in 2012 by who? Donnie fucking D, right? Now hear me out, right? So when you got a motherfucker like me, now I can't listen. I know my crap does this thing. I think Mooch may have hopped off the bandwagon. I haven't really talked to those guys in a while. You know what I mean? You never know what crap. Shout out to him.
It's only been about 5 days. Z.
Yeah,
don't forget them. Daddy's took over you.
Yeah, well, I understand, but but like really talk to him. Like I talk to you. Like it might be an act. Listen. Remember they was calling me Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Like, oh, gee, this is the act. No, this is dumb dog shit, brother. I ain't playing no CDs. This ain't no 2-bit hustle. Man, you guys, you get caught up in the theatric. This is some dog shit over here, bro. Now, again, with that being said, right, when you got motherfuckers like me right? I'll give you an example. Fuck me. If you know Kratos, right? Talking shit, integrity's in question, right? But he's a Sony guy. If he was to come out and start, talking against Sony and the amount of money that he spends on this product and these games, you know what I mean? I understand the casual out, out numbers me 10 to 1, but I spend more money than those 10 casuals put together on this preferred platform, on this platform, right? So when you got a motherfucker like me, right? I'm not saying my word is all to be all, but it's fine you motherfuckers get behind me when I'm coming up with these mantras and these chat, this, that, and the other. But when I say it's a problem, you motherfuckers gonna put hashtag mute next gen and treat me like R. Kelly or some shit. Like I'm out here grabbing asses in public or grabbing them by the pussy. Like this is all fucking facts. Boomtastic! Spread love, negativity, you know what I mean? When I come out and give you the story about Crackdown 3, check this shit out. Fuck that. Y'all gonna make this work. Told you about Crackdown 3. And now I'm gonna be fair. Whether it's IGN or even Windows Central, the media is supposed to be a non-biased entity which you're supposed to go to and get a non-biased opinion, right? Windows Central came out there and threw my black ass up under the bus. I ain't know what I was talking about. I'm a troll. Get him, mute that guy as an asshat. I just tried out Crackdown. Before I was blowing up the grass, everything was destructible, right? How did that fucking work out for you, right? So now again, it's too late now. Listen, I would be honest, crap. I ain't got a problem with you, but I came to your ass too, right? Before Dylan and the other guys who was coming up with a ride, I said, crap, we gonna go out there, motherfucker. We gonna shun this goddamn Sea of Thieves. All right, that was the conversation we had before. We said I'm the quarterback. I'm hunting. I'm hiking the ball. Hut 1, Hut 2, Hut 3. I said go out there, bust a hard right. That motherfucker when I made a hard left slant and ran back the other way, came back to the business with the game of the generation, right? So all this is between 2016 and 17. I was the only one. If it was some others, I don't know. Was saying that this is an issue here, right? Now we at where we at now, right? So how you say? I no longer listen. Them buying companies and I don't listen. That's like me paying. Oh, good job, Maya. You did your homework today, baby. Oh, baby, you're supposed to do your fucking homework. I don't believe in giving credit for something they should be doing. You understand what I'm saying? That's one with it, right? So we went from Wave to E3, 18. Well, see, they showed you the come on now, Z. Give them a break, right? They showed you the company. They showed you the roadmap. I'm listen. Listen. I ain't the sharpest. I got that knife in the drawer, right? I ain't said I can go in your backyard and motherfucking mow the lawn and build your motherfucking birdhouse, right? Check this shit out, right? So that was 2018, right? We gotta wait to XO 18. We gonna see what these companies work on. So I said, and again, I've always said that the biggest issue that I have with Microsoft's E3, right? Those indies do not belong on the fucking big stage. Hear me out, right? Well, you motherfuckers told me, right? Well, they gotta do them because Sony. Fuck what Sony's doing. They don't show well. Motherfuckers come to E3, the red carpet, to see the big lights, and they say, and that's a 5, to see the big shit. Sony came out that bitch, E3.
Before you carry on.
No, fuck that.
What about Game
fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Motherfucker, Sony came out that motherfucker E3 2016. We saw God of War. We saw The Days Gone, Horizon, Spider-Man. You don't have to have a long show. Came out that bitch, mic drop. Boom. Ain't show not one goddamn empty, right? Right? Microsoft spent about 15, 17 minutes with Mr. Bean, that weird motherfucker showing these fucking 8-bit goddamn games, right? Now you're back looking fucking stupid all over again, right? We got to come out this bitch and be honest. If you want things to change, you have to be honest. Stop hyping up fucking mediocre. Like, come on. We should fucking, everyone, there should be a public goddamn outrage about goddamn, Bleeding Edge and motherfucking Battletoads. What's the goddamn developer from God of War? David, what's his name?
The old David Jaffe?
You know what he said on that show? Hey, listen, if you didn't watch that was on 7 episodes of the Best Damn Podcast. We're going to get that back to you tomorrow. What did he say on that show? He says, but Microsoft, and not about them hiring all these studios, he said Microsoft has a bad at managing talent, a management problem.
Yeah, that's what he believes,
Yep.
yeah.
It's the fucking truth.
Yeah.
If I'm lying,
they needed to buy some executives, some people that know what they're doing.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Kratos. We got the multiplats. What's one of the biggest multiplats that came out this generation?
Red Dead.
Biggest multiplayer.
One of them.
Fortnite, Call of Duty.
Well, that's a new one. Destiny, right? Huge.
Yeah.
Okay,
that was in house. That was an exclusive. You see where I'm going with this? So again, they have a problem. What I always used to say, right? Remember, I would get shout out to Mooch, and again, I'm gonna be nice here. Fuck that. When I was saying, they argued me down. What do you want to see 343 make us out of Halo? The Coalition make us out of Gears. Again, these motherfuckers strung my black ass up on the cross, and I don't even believe in Jesus. I'm looking to the heavens and said, Father, forgive them. They know not what they do. Is this what you want from me?
From me?
You know what I mean? Is this all that I am? Like, I'm like, bro, like, you know what I mean? I get the characters, because I get in character all the goddamn time. Oh, light part, I get it. But like, you get some, like, bro, sometimes you get something and be honest about the hobby that I love. And I know I'm getting a little winded, but this shit is crazy, though, to me. You know what I mean? And I keep saying, like, how the fuck did we go from even the original? They did a better job in supporting the original Xbox. Listen to what I'm saying. For those guys here that says, you know, you just come on, just make up shit they hate on the Xbox. They did a better job at supporting the OG Xbox than they did when their third iteration into the console generation, what the Xbox wanted as far as in terms of software and marketing and third and second party deals. And that's not my opinion. That is a fucking fact. Well, I hear some ringing in my ear right quick. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get a little too long-winded, but it's the fucking truth.
Blame the pills.
Yeah, hold up. Yeah, probably so. He said, Z, I sent you a memo. Check it right now. I missed a few. Hold up. You know, I'm blind and black. I'm blind and I'm black. I'm legally blind. We are, well, now we know Z show is pre-ordered by Zor. Shout out to Chris McNeil with the insult. I love it. My man, Stop 6 Doc. Keeping my ex only getting a PS5 next generation. My brother Laquan, the best guy in shooting. Laquan, you dog shit, but I'm coming for you, bro. He said, I knew Xbox was sus when Phil said he don't like the idea of locking content to a specific piece of hardware. Pardon me. Yeah. And my brother Viewmaster, that backdrop are those the shoes that these wear. Probably Sony put on their clown suit, right? when he be out there cutting jib when he go right before he go on RDX. That's his hands too. That's him lacing this shit up, right? But you know, listen, I know I said a lot, right? But it's like I said, well, there's always three sides. My side, this side, somewhere in line with the truth, right? I always tell motherfuckers I ain't got no reason to lie with video games. Is Ori cool? Absolutely, right? For those that like it, absolutely, right? But Ori, it's not a AAA game. I'll put Ori on the line as Cuphead. You understand what I'm saying? You had your biggest game.
Cuphead.
Yeah, you had your biggest game in Gears 5, right? It has its issues, fine, but it's been a long time, right? But you follow that up again with Bleeding Edge and Battletoads. That is not the answer. I know what I said, Sean. I said back then, when because it's crazy, right? I keep telling them the story about the Crackdown thing. Those developers came to me months before I even did the video, right? Because I knew, listen.
You kept it quiet.
Yeah, you know, I knew how motherfuckers was going to take. I need to go back and hop in the hot tub and find that video too. I knew how motherfuckers was going to.
Pause.
Yeah, I knew how motherfuckers was going to take it, right? Or he just, you know what I mean, just shit on the Xbox. And that's never been my intent. I'm just being honest. I want these motherfuckers to compete. And I even tell the Sony guys, like, you want Microsoft to do well, whether that's your preferred console or not, because it's going to push Sony to do well. You need both of these motherfuckers going back and forth with each other to compete and lobby for our dollars. If not, what's going to happen? Sony's going to get complacent. And, you know what I mean, you know, to get cocky again, you know, 2 jobs, $6 console. That's not healthy for fucking gaming. And overall, us just being fucking gamers, right?
Especially
you know?
For us, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and again, to add on the last thing I'm saying, I'm going to let the rest of the panel talk. Going forward, am I going to get a Scarlett? Because I don't want to think I'm a hypocrite. Absolutely, because I'm a very shallow man. And when I play whatever shooter, Gears, I'm going to try to get into Halo. I want the best version of the game. I'm not gaming on PC. You know what I mean? And for me, just having the content, like I said, again, as far as where I spend the bulk of my money at, like as far as multiple, unless I get something for free, and I guarantee you guys, I get a lot of these codes for free. And, you know, I do. Shit, Kratos will tell you that. I gave him Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, you know, I'm just saying, like, you know, like, people think I just, you talk all that shit about the Xbox and be on the Xbox, like YouTube. I get a lot of these shit for free. The codes and shit. I gave you motherfucking Red Dead Redemption. Am I lying, Kratos? Hello?
That's right.
Oh, yeah, but it's true, right? You know what I mean? It's what it is, right? So,
yep.
but where I spend my money, again, like I said, a lot of the multi-plat games will be on, because we spend them besides shooter, like, you know, I'm going to do my shooters in the box. But, you know, so I hope cross-play really just takes off and everyone adapts that, you know what I mean? Adopts that, I'm sorry. But, Kratos, am I wrong? Was I wrong?
Listen, you are 1,000% right, man, and you're not saying anything that we don't that we don't know. right? This is what 6 years we've been talking about this shit.
Yeah.
The world's richest company, and for some reason, it seems like every aspect of gaming that they touch or they try just doesn't quite do what it's supposed to do. And I hate to say it, but it's not a money issue. I don't know, man. It's like every single day there's always something else. But I agree with you, like what you said with David Jaffe said. He said, "Look, man, it's a management issue," and I do believe, and I still stick by this. When Donnie D left, what those executives at Microsoft should have did was clean house. You know, it's kind of like a quarterback in the NFL or a coach in the NBA, right? When you have somebody come on, they're responsible for hiring their own team.
Yeah,
Get rid of everybody that came before and start over.
Uh-huh.
That's what I believe Microsoft should have, what Xbox should have been able, the division should have been able.
Xbox division, yeah.
Hold on.
But see, like I said, you make it like when you're talking about what's gone on with the Xbox throughout this gen, you make a great point. I can't say Z, you talking shit because these things has happened. That's the thing. So every point you talk about, like this, they did this wrong, they did this wrong, you make a great point.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hold on. Let me address my man Coop Man. Shout out to my brother Coop Man. Coop Man. Yeah, that's me.
Coop Man 30.
What he says Z, you don't know if Sony will get cocky like the PS3 gen. I think they learned their lessons from that, brother. Let me tell you
listen.
Hopefully.
What's his name? The CEO Ryan.
Yeah.
He already said that. He said that's what keeps them Sony. That's what keeps the PlayStation division up at night. That's what keeps them motivated and going because they don't want to have that nightmare that happened with PS3. And let's face it, has Sony really even had any competition this particular generation? Well, they haven't.
Well,
Microsoft hasn't put up a fight.
Well, they haven't been fighting since 2016. All right, but hear me out. What I mean by that, right?
So,
but
has Sony
they've done some dickhead shit, like close motherfuckers account, their games and shit. You know,
but that's not a listen. When it comes, what's the most important part to gaming?
Games, right? I mean, so that's the case. They've always had games. But I mean, let me clarify. Let me go more into detail.
Yeah.
Right?
The mind share.
Okay. Let me what I mean by that. As far as cocky, right? And I'll give you an example of Madden, right? Madden, and I, it is what I prefer 2K football, but hear me out, right? I remember, for those who don't know, when the Xbox 360 launched, it launched with Madden 06. That game was so bad that there was a lawsuit, and I think it was like $50 back then. That's how bad that game was. You know what I mean? And the reason why they was able to do that and get away with that because guess what? They didn't have any competition, right? So what I mean by not just being cocky. So when you have again those pushing each other, when Sony got the jump on Microsoft last Black Friday and dropped the Slim about $50. They started their Black Friday Monday, right? Microsoft, they didn't get hip to this until Thursday. You know what I mean? That's what I mean as far as competition and them lobbying for our dollars. You know what I mean? So guess what? How about this? From another angle, what if Sony? You know what? How many games they come out with this year? AAA, right, or whatever. They went from we ain't got to spend that much. We do a couple third-party deals. Microsoft ain't putting out shit. So you know what? We only give these motherfuckers 2 bangers a year. Where they were doing 4 and 5. You know what I mean? We can keep that money in that bank. But that's what I mean.
Well,
not just getting cocky, but if your competition or giving you games like Bleeding Edge, you ain't got to go out there bitch and drop 4 or 5 a year. You keep that
I give you that, Z. Listen, I give you that.
That's what I'm saying.
But just because they're not competing with Microsoft, right? Don't mean that there's not other competition out there. Yeah, you got Google Stadia coming in.
For right now, you're right.
You got Nintendo. We still can't forget our Nintendo because that's still a share of gamers of money that they need to be. You're right.
There's a lot of motherfucking gamers out there that live in an alternative lifestyle. You're absolutely motherfucking right. That play fight for a living. You're right. But 99.9% of them, the Switch is their main console, right?
Yeah.
That's the side bitch, right? You know what I mean? They got whatever the case may be. So when we talk about because again, Nintendo really in my head it's true. Nintendo stopped competing with the GameCube. Then they came out with the gimmick with the Switch, and then they tried another gimmick with the Wii U, right? And you know, and listen, and it was crazy. And I bought a Wii U, right? And the reason, two reasons why the Wii U struggled, right? People don't realize that was a 8th generation console. Nintendo got the generation started in 2012. Microsoft and Sony followed in 2013. Hear me out, right? The biggest issue that the Wii U had, that was an 8th generation console, home console, that you couldn't take outside what you can go. And I understand on paper it was more powerful than the PS3 and the 360, but it didn't look any different visually. You know what I mean? It didn't say wow. But then also too, you had them saying that they didn't know that it took that long to make a high definition game. You know, it took, it didn't long. So what Nintendo did, what was smart of them, they took the handheld developers and the regular and put these motherfuckers all together. You know what I mean? And doing what they're doing, so they were able to, like I said, to keep up, and that's why the Switch has been a success. I don't care for those dog shit games, but why they were able to, like I said, to keep content coming out. Everybody's working together. Like, I don't know if they still make the 3DS, but everybody's working together on the fucking Switch and coming up with them dog shit ass games. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So get my man Lionel B. Shout out to you. I see you in a minute.
Lionel B. Let's see. We got Lionel B with the $5. He says, Z, Xbox could die tomorrow and I wouldn't even blink an eye. The market would decide what stays and would go. Hey, I agree. The market is just like the stock market. It always corrects itself, and only the strong survive. AP the shooter with the $2 Z panel. Chat was good.
Hold on.
Shit looking spooky. Damn.
What's up, Spooky man? I shout out to my brother too, AP the shooter. That's my motherfucking dude, man. I done got so cool with some of you motherfuckers, man. Let me say, tell my man Lionel B. I haven't seen you while Lionel B was in the rehab and shit, man. Like, you touch yourself a lot. I ain't heard from you in a minute, like, but I hope everything's well with you, good brother.
Yeah. Hey guys, listen. Don't forget we got that. Hit the link with the
free message.
Hit the link.
Yeah.
Go ahead, send us a message. We're gonna read it live on air. So
I want to address what he's saying, right? Here's the thing. If that was to happen, Lionel B, right, and this hit me out, right, then you only have 3 publishers, right, as far as hardware manufacturers. You had Sega, you had Nintendo, then you had Play. Just think about it. That's when gaming was at its best, when all 3 of those guys were, you didn't know what console to get. You know what I mean? Everybody had fire and flame, right? If one was to exit that motherfucker, you're only down to 2. Whether you prefer the Xbox or not, bro, that's a major blow for goddamn gaming. That's a third of the goddamn industry gone. You know what I mean? Like, that's a huge blow.
To be fair, Z, and you can remember this, right? Back before PlayStation got into gaming, we had the Super Nintendo and we had the Sega Genesis.
You had a few.
Genesis, yeah.
You had the Genesis, you had the Super Nintendo, you had the TurboGrafx 16.
Yeah, but none of those other shits made any
mainstream. You're right. So,
none of those made mainstream. None of those.
But you basically have.
I think.
But listen, check it out, right?
You were the only ones to buy the copies.
Well, actually, my dad. I'm gonna tell you his story. My daddy was a dope dealer, right? I had all that shit. My daddy was the dope dealer. He wasn't shit. He wasn't in my life much, but and between him and my grandmother swindling ass, I had every goddamn thing going up as a kid, right? But with that being said, though, hear me out, though, right? But think about that. Remember how cocky Nintendo was? And the rules that they had if that's why the Sega Master, they came right back out. Because if you put a game on the Sega Master System, also, you could put it on Nintendo. And Nintendo had the mind share in the market, especially over here in the States, right? Then Sega got the jump on them and came up with the Genesis. This is what we talking about. We were dealing with bits. You went from 8-bit to 16-bit. And shout out to Sega. Goddamn. The Sega came out with the Genesis. You had Ultra Beast, Golden Axe, Space Harrier. Nintendo. That came out when I was in the golden era. The golden era. That was 80, 89 when I was in 6th grade. The Super Nintendo didn't come out until like 2 years. Believe it, like 2 years later. I was like in the 8th grade.
92, right? Come on,
yeah. When I was in the 8th grade, they waited. Nintendo, but Nintendo with the Super Nintendo was more powerful. But everybody was on that motherfucking Genesis. They had some crazy motherfucking games, right? But with fuck Nintendo, with fuck Sega, instead of them again moving the generation, they start coming up with these attachments, the 32X and the CD, and then the Saturn, and it was very hard to develop for. And then after the Saturn, they dropped, the stealth dropped the Dreamcast. I don't know, they released too much goddamn hardware. But again, just think about when you had the GameCube, the OG Xbox, and the PlayStation 2. Bam, 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 bam. Everybody had great exclusives, this, that, and the other, right? Well, regardless, even I that was the last console that I liked from Nintendo was the GameCube, and my favorite game was a horror game, Eternal Darkness, right? You had all these, all these games, right? And then, like I said again, right? Fuck, it's not about me banning because I can give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about it. Xbox is dog shit. I'll be the first to tell you, right? But if they were to move back from gaming, right? Whether you like them or not, that's a major fucking blow. Step back. You know what I mean? So now all you have is,
especially for us gamers.
yeah. Look. So now you got right. So what you think influencing these PSN Plus sales and this, that, and sales is that they do sales on Xbox Live, right? Or when they have their sales and this goes on sales. So guess what? They compete against each other. You know what I mean? To again lobby for our dollars. You ain't getting those multi-plats on the fucking Switch. So what incentive does Sony have to lower the price of some of their digital games? They don't have any on the console side of things. You know what I mean? So I'm talking about it as, just me being a fan of the gamer and also being a consumer and knowing how business fucking works. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. So you need competition.
So
yes.
Like Stadia's coming now, so that
Yes.
will help us more. We can get better discounts.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Stadia, right?
Month.
And this is coming from someone that used it, that took part in the beta, right? Gamers, us, not, I don't the casuals, but we kind the hardcore kind of what drives the kind of demand shit, and the casuals adapt to it, right? Whatever. People are not going to really start taking Stadia serious until they get some great third-party deals or content or great must-have exclusives, right? I look at them kind of like when Xbox got into it, right? And no offense to the people that I know over there on Washington, saying that far as talent wise, I mean that's why I came with the slogan. And a motherfucker told me, like, I remember, like I said on BGST, Z, those guys make Halo because they love to make Halo and staples. And motherfucker said, no, I just had twins. I stayed back for job security. I need help. So motherfucker this guy talking about. And another guy, I didn't put myself in debt $100,000 to go to school just to make cars going around and check. And you see, playground games, they're working on a RPG, right?
Right.
Now,
Right.
So again, I say that to say this, right? And I want to get you guys' opinion. Until, like I said, Google come out and they had their event, they showed some bullshit. But what if they go out there, motherfucker, and buy not Assassin's Creed, they buy a Resident Evil exclusive, the next one. You know what I mean?
Well, like a time
They got the money to do it.
Z, I'm gonna be honest with you, brother.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest, right? At this point in time in the game, they don't have the mind share, and it's almost impossible to get that mind share back.
Who you talking about? Google?
No, I'm talking about Microsoft. Now you got Google coming in with something new, right?
I wouldn't say that, dog. I wouldn't
It's
say
new, right? It's
Okay.
something new.
Possible.
We always
That
like
my-
spending
that
money
my
on
frame
new
is
shit.
That my frame is what's going to cost Sony, or what did cost Sony back in the PS3 era.
But that's back in the day. We in fucking 2020.
Okay, all right.
It's solidified. They don't have to prove anything at
you
this
got,
point
You got
in
a new
time.
generation of gamers coming.
But how about this, right?
They don't know what console war.
How about this, right? I'm gonna call a spade a spade.
Listen.
And I get what Noah was going with. And maybe the chat,
Listen,
you guys
Google-
can... Okay, go.
My prediction: Google gonna come in. They're gonna make a big wrinkle in the industry. They're gonna be third
And I hope
place.
they do. I hope they do.
And fucking Xbox gonna fucking close up shop.
Let me ask you something.
Crazy.
Jay's
Crazy.
invested in.
How about this, right? How about this, right?
You gonna miss Bleeding Edge, Battletoads? Are
How
you
about
really
this,
gonna
right?
miss that shit?
What it's all about, right? I don't think nobody had a worse console generation ever than the fucking Wii U.
In
That
history.
motherfucker tapped it at 12 million, right?
Yeah.
And what rectified that, right? And I'm not saying Microsoft can do this because I don't have no faith in them either. I'm looking at these motherfuckers kind of shaky, right? What they have to do now, will do this? I don't know, right? Now we're going, like I said, we can get into, like I said, Halo Infinite lost. They lost their second lead producer in 2 months, right? And I've been saying this for a minute that they need something outside of Gears, Forza, Halo, where they back to Fable, right? They need a new IP up to that level of quality, of excellence, right? You know what I mean?
We do for like 3 new IPs. At this
Well, I'm
point.
just saying, you know what I mean? Whatever, like Ed's like, you know what I mean? So if they were to start coming out with the content, the games, that's all that matters. I'm keeping it funky with you, right? When did the PlayStation 3 took off? The last 2 years, 3.5 strip. They dropped
Man,
Ascension.
here y'all go with this
Oh,
RPX shit.
Oh, his soul left his body.
Man,
White woman walked up and posted, I'm about to bless you, my child.
Stop.
I'm not
That's why
look.
give me his keys.
Ain't nothing left to stop at an Xbox. Y'all done stumped Xbox
Nah,
with
it's
some
some more left.
motherfucking dust.
We gonna stop this
Now y'all
motherfucker in
just
some
throwing
wine.
that shit around.
Hey, yo,
Post,
Leave them
see,
motherfuckers alone.
Yeah,
There's
Post.
nothing left.
Nah,
Y'all done
Post.
beat them the fuck up.
Let these motherfuckers
the
fight, Post. They
collective
billionaires. They
receipts,
be alright.
Yo, Post,
receipts.
what you eating right now? What you eating?
I ain't eating nothing, man. I'm in the whip right now, man. They got a marathon in my city. It's crazy right now.
Oh,
Bank
okay.
of America marathon. There's
So
people
make sure
everywhere.
Nigga
your soul
Post
stays in
running,
your
man.
body.
Hey, yo.
Hell no, motherfuckers walking around limping now because they ran that shit.
Hey, yo. Hey, but listen. Oh, well, and I hope they do. Will they do it? I don't know, because I don't think the studios that they acquired, I don't see those type of games from them, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? But outside.
Let me
go.
ask you something.
Okay.
I've asked you before this.
Okay.
When it's come to the next generation, PS5,
Yes.
Xbox,
Yes.
Google Stadia,
Yes.
will they have a new IP?
Who?
Any console? Any of the consoles? Will
What
there be a
Sony's
new
gonna do?
IP?
What Sony's gonna do?
We have
I want
Rise.
Google to open
They
their
have,
checkbook and get some shit so I can get it.
My
But with
brother Z
Microsoft,
my
no.
brother Z has failed me.
How?
Oh shit.
When he put more faith in Google Stadia
Oh shit.
than he
Hey,
do in
Pose.
Xbox.
Hey, Pose. Let me ask you a question, Pose.
They last presentation, what fucking exclusive did they
Hey, bro,
show?
that
Fuck,
business.
They showed
Hey,
exclusives.
Pose. That
They
last
showed
business
more,
was
they
neck on neck
showed
with Inside
more exclusives
Xbox.
than Xbox showed.
Jack,
Hey, that business
what
was neck on neck
exclusive
with.
did Google Stadia show?
They
I
showed
know you
6
ain't talking about that
exclusives.
motherfucking
Name me
turtle
6
game.
exclusives
What was that?
Microsoft showed us.
Hey, yo, that
And
motherfucker.
these
Oh, let me pay the
motherfuckers are
bills
new
right
in the
quick.
game. Listen, Z, Microsoft is 20 years in the game at this point.
Yeah.
Them excuses out the door, brother.
Yeah, hold on, let me pay the bills right quick. Shout out to my brother AP, the shooter. He said,
Nigga,
no
straight up, I'm
BS.
finna stop this motherfucking
He said,
leg.
no BS, though. I travel, and the stadium looking good for me and the kids. Hold on, let me pay the, in the free messaging app. My man Buck, they said, Phil needs to go like yesterday. Hit the like button on your bomber phone for you freeloaders. My man, Cold Blooded Sensei. What the fuck? Why the fuck my TV?